Yo, what's up, guys and girls, ladies and gents, children of all ages? Wyatt Hertz back with a little more Homefront action from the OnLive game service. After a little, hiatus away from it as I tried to get the sleeping dog stuff going. Anyway, the gold standard is in my hands, the ACOG scope, steady aim blast wave, and quick drop. And we are on Lowlands playing some team deathmatch, and it is Battle Commander. And there are a lot of big names in this game, if you play on Homefront or play Homefront on OnLive, you will recognize a lot of these guys in here. There's a lot of 75s, and even the corporals in here, there's a lot of trial 75 users in here. So some great players. Anyway, I kind of step out a little bit too far behind that tree, and I do take a lot of damage for it against T3AK here. Now, I do regroup, and, Reaper, just enough of a distraction there that I can put T3AK down with relative ease. So I probably saved Reaper's ass, probably on T3AK by killing T3AK, but certainly saved him by putting down Apologize, who was chasing him down with his blade. And I have to save him again. God damn it, Reaper, what would you do without me? As he's running down there between those two buildings, Banks starts putting some fire up on him, and I have to put him down pretty quickly to save Reaper's life again. God damn it, Reaper. So anyway, here I'm just I'm looking, hunting, looking for something to kill, and I do see Banks's name pop up on the screen here, and he's dead. He just doesn't know it yet. A pretty nice grenade by me, kind of anticipating where he was going to end up. I kind of led the target with it, and then T3AK one more time. So I know they're spawning over here. It is confirmed. I get 2 more kills. Tygon and Emmanuel start taking some fire from the guy over there who had just spawned by the hay bale. But as I stepped aside to kind of cut off his line of sight, Digital Brew in a kind of a weird location there does put me down with some great sniper fire. Coming back to life, you can see Jazz. He does put me down really quickly, and you also saw Emily. Now I want to mention Emily. First time I've seen her in one of my videos, and she's probably one of the best, if not the best, female player we have on Homefront on OnLive. She's like the Black Widow of the game. She's always up there on some rooftop, building a web on some ledge or cliff that these ridiculous locations, sitting in a tree sometimes, just these places that you wouldn't imagine anybody can actually get to. She finds a way to get up there, and she plays it really well. So we just kind of cross paths this game, but I hope I can get her in a couple other videos and really showcase her playstyle, because she is deadly. Her shot is deadly, and it is just kind of fun to watch where she gets to, where she'll end up shooting at you from. So after a few quick deaths, I didn't want to come back in the scout. I didn't want to come in the scout period, but after those few quick deaths there, I just was like, fuck it, I'm bringing the bird out, So I did come back in here. If you'd noticed, I did put a little shot over in the area where Digital Brew had been sniping from, but he had disappeared from there. And I get a quick kill on Sniper, and just kind of start working this backstretch. Now I do want to address something. Jawu, sorry man, I just don't know how to pronounce your name properly. But he did ask me in a previous video, left a message. He asked me, can you get higher on Ace settings? Can you fly higher on Ace? And the answer is yes, and I am on Ace right now, just for anyone wondering. Maybe I just didn't make Ace clear enough to some of you guys. Sometimes I kind of take for granted the stuff I know, and I just think that everybody kind of knows it as well. So I'll try and explain Ace a little bit better here. Yes, you do fly higher. You can reach higher altitudes than somebody flying on Rookie can get to. You can also reach higher altitudes than someone flying on Veteran can get to. But there is that big downside. You have to manually maintain your altitude at all times. Okay, your helicopter will be wants to drop out of the sky. It will constantly lose height unless you manually maintain it with your button. Now, depending on how your nose is positioned, okay, the further your nose is tilted down, the faster you drop from the sky. And I'm going to explain to guys why that happens. Okay, when you're level with the ground, all right, when your propellers are parallel with the ground, all that thrust that the propellers generate turns into lift. Okay, so it gives you the maximum amount of lift you can get, and maintaining your altitude is relatively easy. All you have to do is tap your button kind of occasionally or sporadically to keep your height up, But when you start to tilt your nose forward, when you're trying to line up a target, or when you're trying to get yourself moving forward, if you tilt your nose downwards, you start to lose height that much faster. The reason that happens is because the thrust that your propellers are generating is split now. It's split between creating lift and creating forward momentum. So you will drop from the sky much faster, and if you you know, break the kind of the 45-degree angle mark, you will drop out of the sky so fast and so severely that you can no longer maintain it manually with your button. You actually have to level your helicopter out to keep yourself from crashing, okay? So, you know, a downside, it's a big downside to flying on Ace, but, you know, if you use it enough and practice it enough, you can certainly get good at it. But, and obviously, being able to get to those higher heights does have advantages. Getting above rookie pilots, guys flying on rookie settings, you know, whenever you can get into a position where you're bearing down on your opponent, you have the advantage. And also just being able to get away from a lot of that those dumbfire missiles that come your way when you are in a helicopter. You can get up there really high, really fast, and it does help shake that fire. So anyway, you know, you saw me come in for the crash landing for the last kill. I was a little late there, but it was a good attempt nonetheless. Anyway, 21-4 for me, and you can see all the names here. The big man Yabam, another guy who hasn't made it into a video yet. Good to see him in here. 19-4. Emily 14-4. Reaper 12-3, and I saved his life countless times that round. Not a great showing for the other team, despite all the big names over there. So we really did dominate there. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the vid, leave a like or a comment. If you're gonna come back to the channel, please subscribe. And you know what, guys? Check out. I know you guys enjoy the Homefront, but check out some of that Sleeping Dogs stuff I have up there. I don't think you'll be too disappointed. You hop in there, I'm sure you'll have a laugh, certainly at my expense while I make a fool of myself. But anyway, guys, until next time, remember Wyatt Hertz. Later.